Hello, my name's Brittany Dockenbaugh. First and foremost, I want to apologize. My camera quality sucks on my laptop, and there's nothing more that I hate than trying to record myself. This is probably like my 10,000th take, so if this is rocky, please bear with me. If there's a lot of pauses or things I have to think about what I'm saying. So, Chapter 1, The Water Planet, I thought was a great introduction chapter and a refresher chapter for this course because it covered all over a lot of the topics that I thought that I learned in elementary school or high school. Things that are basic knowledge that most of the world knows, but it also built upon that, offering statistics and fun facts that I myself did not know. And therefore, the main topic was not relatively new to me. And the things that I learned were side facts and additions to the separate topics, such as the Big Bang Theory or the water cycle, carbon dating, ocean basin names, all of the fun stuff that I very specifically remember in my 8th grade science class that we spent weeks on. But starting at the beginning with the cosmic part of the chapter, I thought it was very interesting to learn that the Big Bang Theory was in an energy smaller than an atom. I did not know that part, that it had resided in something so small. Or that the stars are responsible for the formation of elements heavier than lithium. And that whole concept actually put into perspective for me as to why the inner planets have a different atmospheric makeup than the outer planets, and such as that Earth's atmosphere is oxygen because of the temperature and the solar radiation and the size of the planet. I just assumed that it was oxygen because of the life, the cyanobacteria converting the carbon dioxide to oxygen at the beginning of the formation of life on the planet. So that was an interesting fact to me. Also, the Earth's age and time section is next. I went over carbon dating a lot in my last college in a chemistry class that I had to take, and therefore we actually did a lot of labs and such on the half-lives of different elements. And so this chapter, or this section of this chapter, was a nice review for me, as well as the time periods. I TA'd a lab that we had to create a really, really, really long timeline and put everything on it on the floor to show. And I thought that the reference to making the Earth the age 46 instead of 4.6 billion years was a nice way to show that most of what we know of Earth is not even remotely close to Earth itself, because it's such a small fragment of time that humans have even been alive in the whole scope of things. Excuse me. I did know about leap year and how years are 365.25 days long, but I did not know that we do not add a leap year if the year falls on years ending in 100 that's not divisible by 400. I thought that was a really weird rule, and it's somewhat like, I don't know why that rule exists, so if you come up with it, please let me know. I guess I can make that one of my questions. I also thought that we adopted the Gregorian calendar in 1752 was a fun fact, that 1751 had no January or February. I had no idea that we originally started the year on March 21st. I don't know why they picked the spring solstice but I thought that was a very interesting fact. Also because they jumped from September 2nd to September 14th, which means that they totally would have skipped right over my birthday. I did know that the Earth is not a perfect sphere, but I thought it was interesting to learn that it is considered rather smooth. The reference to the Earth being a basketball and the change in height from Mount Everest to the Marianas Trench being a human fingernail totally blew my mind. I guess the Flat Earth Society has a little bit of leeway there. I'm not entirely sure. My favorite part of the chapter, though, was actually learning about time, because the human concept of time frustrates me. The artificial time that we have created to make our lives more standard but more difficult. It was perfect to finally learn why time zones are the way that they are, and that they're supposedly 15 degrees apart every hour. But the political boundaries and things complicate things. And of course, the chapter ended with the water cycle, which I, for some reason, did not know was called the hydrologic cycle. And I did not know that the southern oceans were officially declared as oceans, even though apparently this happened in 2000. And in elementary school, I was still only taught that there were 4. So I don't know why that was happening. And yes, I think I covered the chapter. The 3 questions that I came up with are: why does most of the energy form dark matter instead of normal matter? Most of the matter that is formed is dark matter. I mean, most of the energy in the world exists as dark energy to accelerate the expansion of the universe, but for some reason when that energy combines into matter, it normally is dark matter. And I thought that was a very interesting statement, and I was just curious as to your opinions as to why that happens, and what that exactly means for the expansion of the universe and us. My second question is, do you think that the world would be less stressed and more efficient without artificial time? So if humans were to follow only natural time. So if we decide that when the sun is high in the sky is noon at the prime meridian, then noon here would probably be dark. Or if we stuck strictly to the lunar cycle for months instead of adding days and things to make it make more sense. I know that it structures our lives, but I feel like it also adds a lot of stress. So do you have any opinions as to that concept or how you would change it? And then my third question is, why do you think most of the above sea level land resides in the northern hemisphere? That fact was new to me. I guess I could have looked at a globe or something and just figured that out for myself, but I never really thought about it. So yeah, I think that's it. I did go outside. I cannot see 5 to 8 satellites in the sky for the GPS, but it's kind of cloudy and snowy, so who knows. Otherwise, I can't wait to keep reading and learn more about this subject and the oceans in general, because, as I said, I thought I knew more than I do, and the fun facts are honestly the reason I took this course. So thank you.